Okay, the plot has just become even thicker. What has thought to be a legacy hat may very well be more than just a legacy hat. At the beginning we thought it was just Shanks giving Luffy his favorite hat as, a symbol. Then it turns out that he had it when he was on Roger's pirates crew. And then finally it was revealed that Roger himself had it in his youth that he passed on to Shanks. So we thought it was a legacy hat. But now it seems that the straw hats, and when I say hats I mean there's more than one hat. What is the connection? The plot thickens. Yes, this is the long intro of One Piece chapter 906. The Anime fan here to give you that. First of all, it's revealed that Marie Joie is apparently called Mary Gius. I prefer to call it Marie Joie. It was easier to say that. The cover page is apparently revealed that Olympus is a clean freak, as he actually scolds his crew members for not cleaning. What do you mean he's a bad boss? And we're also introduced to Columbus, the person that was mentioned a long time ago. Apparently Columbus is a little kid. And here was the confusion part. As soon as I saw Columbus, I immediately wondered, wait, what gender is that kid? Because quite honestly, it's kind of difficult to see. But apparently it's a girl. I mean, the name is not exactly so girly, but the way Columbus dresses would have actually been a little bit more gross if it was a boy than it was a girl. Then again, that's not exactly appropriate clothing for a girl either, so well, who knows. But here's the thing. Columbus is a small kid, I guess around 10 or so. And the way Columbus dresses and the hair makes me think of, is it possible that Columbus is the child of Olympus? I mean, they have almost the same name, so it wouldn't be that surprising. But what do you know? A little kid is that much powerful. Now on to the story. Is the fact that every one of the other people arrives in the Holy Land as we see statues of many people, including weapons. I begin to wonder, is this a symbol of those kings that ruled over a long time ago? As they enter the Holy Land, we see it for the first time. It's revealed to have artificial planted trees in it, and a rolling belt of some sort that is called a travelator that apparently moves forward. However, the Ryugu kingdom decides to walk because they want to see the forest, while of course Stella in his mind mocks them for it. But Fukaboshi didn't want to ride the wheel because he had a bad feeling about it, and boy is he right, because it revealed that travelator is not an automatic machine. No, it is powered underground by slaves who moves it. Ugh, the Holy Land of Marijua, more like the hypocritical Holy Land. But seeing the slaves there is extremely horrifying, especially when we see one slave who begs in his mind to kill me or just save me. But the despair and the creepiness do not start there, as a very unwelcoming guest, for some strange reason, is actually staring at the royal family. I'm saying I'm saying a strange reason because I thought they were so. Sorry, I slurred my words. They consider themselves so much above other people, so would they even be bothering to check out these people anyway? And who is this very unpleasant person? Well, it's none other than Saint Charles, who is using bionicles and sees Shiraoshi. Alright, well, we all know he wanted to buy Kami, so he has a very creepy and disgusting fascination with mermaids. I mean, mermaids are wonderful, but when a jerk-ass and a racist, not to mention a sociopath like Charlos is interested, then it's definitely bad news. He sees Shiraoshi. It's without any doubt he is intending to take her. But then the story ends as we enter the castle and the courtyards of the many different kingdoms. that quickly begins to befriend the many royal family. A couple of the kingdoms uh, uh, takes forwards their son and want to propose. And if you ask me, though, those are the most they are extremely disgusting looking. Especially of the fact that they are only wanting to have Shiraoshi as their bride because of her looks. There's more to her. So Shiraoshi, yes, do not know what to say. Yes, says you. None of you are my type, which is the exact same words she said to Van der Decken. And the problem is here that these are royalties, and they of course get very upset. So Neptune tries to, no, Fukabushi tries to calm down. So what was it? Not Mamboshi, Ryuboshi tries to say to his sister that in this situation you cannot be too honest. You have to lie, saying, "I'm not like that for a moment." And to no one's surprise, Vivi has already befriended Rebecca. You know, I always knew they would meet, and I always knew, well, that they would meet. But I always knew they will become best friends. After all, they have a connection, Luffy. And she, of course, is very fascinated with Leo, who is revealed to not be liking to be called cute. Well, the dwarves are kind of cute, especially the ladies. Manchele, Cabo, and Bian is there as well. As is revealed that they only escorted the prince. One of the reasons why they escorted the Rosa people was because they heard about being connected. And yes, Rebecca and Vivi bonds over the fact that they are both indebted to Luffy. As we see some trivia, a quick reminder of how Luffy saved the Alabasta Kingdom from Crocodile and his madness. But the government reported it as Marine's achievements. And then suddenly Shiraoshi appears before them. As we all know, that's also a connection. I also know that she would also befriend them, and indeed she does as soon as they begin to talk about Luffy. Of course, Ryubushi is quick to remind her that she cannot talk about Luffy openly. After all, this is a place where maybe talking about a pirate, especially a pirate that has become so infamous in the world government's eyes, is not so very good. However, the three girls befriend each other and become friends, and Fukabushi is also talking very well with Rebecca. You know, the only thing that I'm a bit disappointed for is that Fukabushi hasn't talked to Vivi yet. You know, sorry, I'm saying the same words all over again. What I was trying to say is, I had a theory once that Fukabushi and Vivi would meet each other and they would be love at first sight. You know, maybe that wouldn't make sense. The reason why I think that would happen was because it's just pure good comedy, and both of them are very good novels. It would be the perfect way for the Fishman and the Merman to get above ground. Although Alabasta is a summer kingdom, and I don't, it hasn't exactly yet been proven if fishmen or mermaids can survive in deserts. I mean, there's no water, so maybe they can't, but it's not yet confirmed that if they are extremely sensitive to heat. And here's the biggest surprise: Sai is there as well. Well, I know the fact that the Kanu Kingdom seems to employ the Papu Navy as more than just pirates. They seem to actually work personally for the king themselves. But he is still an infamous pirate, so how did he get in here? I have no idea. Either way, he talks a little bit to Rebecca, and also greets his fellow brother Leo, as they are both, members of all of that and that. And Sai is saying that after this mission he will cut ties with his country. I wonder if they will like it. Then an unpleasant voice joins in as we see none other than Wapple back in action. We all know he became the king of the evil Black Drum Kingdom, and it's revealed his wife is Cinderella, who has an annoying laugh called Kotsu Kotsu Kotsu, and she shares Wapple's douchebag personality. Given to the fact that they're married, it doesn't surprise me that much. And we see a trivia on how Luffy saved the Drum Kingdom that became Sakura Kingdom from Wapol by blowing it away. Unfortunately, Wapol was one of the few people that became a karma Houdini because he found a way to utilize the good from his devil fruit and become a multimillionaire. That the world novels were so impressive, they gave him another kingdom. And despite the fact that it seemed that Wapol would get a change of heart, it's clear though that he hasn't changed a single bit. So, but then Dalton also appear, who is the new king of Sakura Kingdom that was a former drum, escorted with by Dr. Kureha and also Lapan. And that intro is so funny, especially when Wapol begins to criticize Dalton and Kureha. Kureha says, "Are you asking my secret of my youth?" So yeah, Dalton and Vivi greet each other happily, as they are now old friends, and they greatly ignore Dalton as Wapol. As Wapol tries to intimidate Dalton, Dalton this time just changed into his bison face and says, "We are on equal status now," and that is true. Dalton is a king, and technically so is Wapol. So Wapol has no thing, he cannot talk down on him that way. As he tries to talk about da 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 da, they all ignore him. As we get a reminder of how Dalton became king, and how Tom and how Chopper became the doctor after Kureha and him saved Nami from a Ketsia bite. As they all talk about Luffy, Dalton is a little bit more quiet about that. Then things changes to the more interesting things, as we see the fact that in level 6 underground prisons of Impel Down, Don Flamingo has gotten a solitary cell and apparently is constantly guarded by Magellan because the world nobles are sending assassins in killing him. We all know that Don Flamingo knows about a secret in Marijois, and if that, and according to him, if it's leaked outside the outside world, it will give then it will bring the country to its knees. What is that treasure? I mean, I don't like Don Flamingo. He can go and die for all I care. However, if he does know about this secret treasure, he needs to tell us, and then he can go and die. Because that secret treasure may be one of the very keys of destroying the world novels. However, the story ends in a very strange way, as I said in the beginning, about the two hats. As a mysterious figure, is that a world novel? Well, he is very thin, but he seems to be wearing a mask and a very long thing, dressed in black, holding two wanted posters. We don't see the other one, but the first one is Luffy, entering a freezer. And what is in that freezer but a big straw hat? So, Don Flamingo talked about a secret in Marijois. Are you telling me that straw hat is the secret treasure? It can't be. It can't be like that. Why would a straw hat bring the country to its knees? Unless, of course, it's something else. I mean, Luffy is famous for being the straw hat boy. So if it's revealed that the government have a straw hat, is that meant to symbolize that there's something more? No, I don't think the giant straw hat is the treasure. However, it's resting on something and it's in a giant freezer. Who is this mysterious figure? Why is he going inside there holding the posters of Luffy? Luffy is having a straw hat himself. There is something in Marijois, or Marijois, whatever it's called. Is this the natural treasure? A giant straw hat? Is it possible it's Joy Boy's straw hat? You know, Joy Boy, the guy who built Noah. Yeah, I mean, Noah was big. Maybe Joy Boy was a giant when I think about it. But it's not exactly known if it's that big. No, I don't think it's big for a giant. So yeah. Clearly, the straw hats are more than just an accessory. They are connected to fate. But what fate? I have no idea. Either way, the hype things in One Piece are finally back. Information chapters. I like it. But who is this mysterious figure? And is this really the big treasure? Saint Charles saw Shiroshi. There is absolutely no way he is not going to go after her. But Shiroshi cannot be captured by that douchebag. The revolutionaries are also here. Who knows, maybe they will take Charlot's head. If they do that, I will be happy. But give me your thoughts if you have any.